We got a break now, Alan.
22nd of May, Rabbi Levitt, Gemora.
Oh, here comes Lou.
Hello.
Welcome back, Lou.
Thank you.
Okay, so we are on Kuf Chesamad Base 108B, and we are just going to start reading so that we remember the case that we're talking about over here from Teva'uhu Bailim L'Shomer. So this is this is after the dots. If you have a dot over there, I think Phil said yesterday he doesn't have a dot, but I have a dot. Anyway, the first word, it's about 12 lines down from the top. First words in the line are Shapikot that slow. That was the end of that previous case. Now we got a new case. And the case is Tavu'u Bailim L'Shomer, that there's a claim made by the Bailim of the Shomer. Give me back my thing that I put by you for safekeeping. V'nishba, and he makes a shvua to exempt himself.
Excuse me.
V'hukar aganav, and then it's they find ganav. So and then what happened? Tavo hashomer. Now the shomer, he makes a claim, and the way that we explained from Rashi, explaining Rava, that he made a claim of the Ganav, and the Ganav, he confronted the Ganav, and the Ganav was Modeh, that he ganved the item away from the Shomer. And then the owners get into the picture, Tava'u Bailim, and they also make a claim against the Ganav, the Kafar. And to them, for some reason, that's the case, the Ganav denies. He's kofar. And then witnesses come, they view Eidim, and they testify that in fact the Ganav ganved the item from the Shomer. And now the Gemora wants to ask the question, Mi niftar haganav hodas Shomer. Is the Ganav going to be exempt from the obligation to pay kefil for being a Ganav by virtue of the fact that he did make a hodah initially to the Shomer? Even though he was kofar the Bailim, he denied the claim against the Bailim when they accused him of being a Ganav. He denied it, but he did admit when the Shomer confronted him. So is that enough to get him off the hook from having to pay kefil? Of course, he's going to be paying Karen, but we want to know whether he falls into the category of someone who's a modeh b'knas. Because the rule is somebody's modeh b'knas, he admits to a penalty, is putter on the penalty. Okay, so that's the issue. And then Rava came along to say what he had to say about it. And he said, we did yesterday, in be'emes nishba. If the Shomer is found to have sworn truthfully, because his shvur that it was stolen from him was corroborated by the witnesses. So then, in that case, niftar aganav b'hodas shomer. If so, then on that account, the Ganav is going to be exempt from having to pay kefil to the Bailim. And Rashi explained us yesterday in Rashi Dibur Maskil Nifter Aganav Behodas Shomer, because since we see that he swore truthfully, so then that means that we say that that the owner would it would be agreeable to the owner that he should that the shomer should go and seek out after the stolen item, and the tefiyah that he would make of the ganav would be like as a representative of the bailim, and therefore the admission of the ganav to the shomer would be a valid hodah, and it would patrim from the kefil. And now we're going to read the Rashi that says, but the Rebbe said, but if in b'sheker nishba, if he swore falsely, if it comes out that he swore falsely, and we'll see what that means, that he swore falsely, then in that case, lo nifter aganav b'hodas shomer, then the ganav will not be exempt from the kefil by virtue of the fact that he made an admission to the tefiyah, the claim of the shomer. Okay, so we want to read Rashi Dibur Maskil v'im nishba l'sheker.
Im nishba v'sheker. Okay, if he swore to a lie here, and he said shetoain mace, he made a claim that it died, or nishbar, or that it was broken, or nishbar, or it was captive, or nignava ba'onis, or it was stole through it was stolen by an unavoidable accident. Uba, and came, umatzah, and they found she'enu came, that that's not the case, that in a sense he was lying. The kavan, that since Megalia Milta, these words were revealed, the shakran, that he's a liar. Ana and Sahadi, we now testify delo nichale, that it's not good for him, lamara, to the owner. Delihu, I don't know what the delihu is.
Lahabisu shomer Allah.
In this, to shomer Allah, he's no longer a shomer on it.
We the best can testify that in this circumstance, it's not going to be nicha to the owner of the item, to lahabisu shomer Allah, that he should any further be a shomer on his item, because he's been found to be a shakran.
The tiyavato ain't a tiyah, and his claim really isn't a claim at all.
Right, and so therefore, when he apprehends the ganav and he confronts him and he makes a claim against the ganav, I'm talking about the shomer that we found was nishba b'sheker, that will not have the won't have the status of a valid tefiyah that was made like with the agreement and consent and authority of the owner. And so therefore it's like some guy in the street. If the ganav makes an admission to some guy in the street, that's not called an admission. He's not going to pater himself from kefil in such a case. So I just want to point out that he's called a shakran over here. According to Rashi, I believe the point is, it's not the case that we're saying he was a shakran, that he is the ganav. in other words, the scenario is that we found that there was a ganav, and the shomer goes and confronts him. But the reason why we're calling this shomer a shakran is because he made a shvua that it was stolen from him, but onus, that he did not do anything which caused it to be stolen. He was not remiss in his obligation of shmira. And on that, the witnesses come and testify, oh yeah, we saw that the barn door was wide open, and this guy just came in over there, and he took the animal. Now, that's not called a proper shmira of the animal, to leave the door open like that and allow anybody to just walk in and get it, for example. And so therefore, he's called a shakran not because it wasn't stolen, but because he was swearing that it was stolen and it wasn't his fault that it was stolen. And like that, he's going to be putter. But we found out that no, it was stolen because he was negligent. He was culpable. He was poshea in his shmira. And really, he should be liable for that. And so therefore, his obligation to be a shomer is now cut off. The guy doesn't want shomer anymore, and therefore his tefillah to the ganav who actually did steal it is not a tefillah, and therefore the hodah that he made to him, the ganav, is not a valid hodah, and therefore he's going to be chayav the kefil. Okay. Very good. Now we go to the next section, Boy Rava. Boy Rava.
Where's that? What page are we on? Sorry.
What page? On Kuf Ches Amid Base. 108b. And we are, this is Boy Rava. It's the first two words on the line. And it's right across from Tosus Dibur Maskil Nigdava Ba'onis, which is the third Tosus on the page.
Oh, I think I can see. Yeah.
Everybody have the place?
It's at the top of 108b2. Is that right? On the left-hand side.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Okay, so Roy, you let's we call upon you to read, please.
Okay, let's hope I've got the right place here. Boy Rava inquired, Umar Lishabar Besheker below Hanichahu. If the custodian stood ready to swear falsely, but they did not allow him to swear, Mahu, what is the law? Is that the right place?
Yes, you got it.
Right. Okay. Tiku, let it stand, unresolved.
Okay, let's take a look and see what's this all about over here. It's not so clear from the Gemora. What's this case over here? We have a Rashi over here. Below Henichuhu. Lou, would you like to read that Rashi?
Okay, let's see if I can find it.
Right where on the left side is the Hanachot Hagra. It's right that line.
Hagosagra. Yeah.
Hagra, right to the right of that is where the line is.
Okay, I see below Hanichosu Mai. Is that it?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Midalo Nishba Ne'aman who Adayan Le Baalim O Dilma Kevan de Ahmad Liyishba Ho. Is that a suf or a chet?
Two, furthermore,
Two.
Two,
Yeah.
two, a suf. Two, lo may Haimeni lay Baalim. Okay, so what does it mean? He didn't swear. Since he didn't swear, we believe him. Still, the owner, or perhaps since that he stood by his oath, we do not. What is this word? May many.
believe him.
We do not believe him.
Omehimnele, Bailim.
We do not believe the owners.
Okay, so Rashi's speaking out. What are the two ways of looking at this case? And just to recap, the case is that the boy Rava asked the following shaila, following scenario: Omad li shaba b'sheker. The shomer got up to make a false oath. Don't ask me how we know that he was going to make a false oath. That's what Rava says. The case was. And they didn't let him. Who didn't let him? Don't know. I have a note that the Meiri says the Bailim didn't let him. Don't know how the Meiri knows that, but he knows more than us. So that's what he said. Now, at that point, we have to fill in some information over here. What happened after that? There was a tefillah that the shomer made on the ganav, who actually did steal it, and the ganav was modeh to this shomer. Okay, so the Gemora asks, and now the Gemora asks, Mahu, what's the din in that case? Now the issue is the same issue that we had in the previous case. In other words, the previous case was that the ganav made a hodah, but he made the hodah in response to the tefillah of the shomer, not to the bailim. The bailim didn't make a tefillah on him, and so like that, we're explaining that it's a follow-up case of the previous case that Rava asked, and the issue is going to be the same. What was the issue in the previous case? Whether the bailim wants this shomer to still be regarded as a shomer over his item. If he is, so then he has authority to go confront the ganav on behalf of the bailim, and if so, then if the ganav makes a hodah to that shomer, so that should be a valid hodah, which should pater him from the kefil. But if not, if they're not happy with him and they don't want him to be a shomer anymore, so then he's just an ordinary Joe in the street, and the hodah that the ganav makes to an ordinary Joe in the street is has no force and effect. It has no ability to pater the ganav from kefil. So what are in this scenario, Rashi speaks out, what are the two stadim that we're dining on over here? Lo henichu mai. And Rashi doesn't get into who it was that prevented him from making the shua. Rashi says, on the one hand, we could look at it as follows. We could say, midalo nishba, since he Lemaisa didn't end up swearing falsely, because he didn't swear at all, because he was prevented from doing so. So at the end of the day, what that means is he didn't make a false shua. If so, we have a tzad to say that he still is neman hu adayim lebailim. He is still trustworthy to the bailim, and therefore the bailim would be interested in having him continue to be the shomer, and that would mean that he would have a hand in finding the ganav and asking him where's the thing that you stole from me, and confronting him. On the other hand, says Rashi, Odilma, perhaps the correct view is to look at it as follows. Kevan de Amad Lishava, since he was planning to get up and make a false shvua, at that point, he would be no longer trustworthy and believed by the Bailim. And so the Bailim don't want him to be involved at all. So if so, he turns into Ois Shomer. He's not a Shomer anymore. He's an ordinary private individual. So his tefillah that he would make on the Ganav would not be a tefillah, and therefore the Hodah, the Ganav, would not be a Hodah. He wouldn't be patur from the kefil. And on that, the Gemora answers, Teku. The Gemora doesn't answer the question. The Gemora leaves it unanswered. In the cheder, the boys say, Teku means Tishbi Yochal Kugel V'Cholens. That's and how do they know that that's what it means? I guess the Rebbe told them. But really what it means is Tishbi Ataritz Kushas Ubayos. Tishbi, Eliyahu Novi will have to come along and answer all unresolved questions. Okay. Now we're up to Rav Kahana. And we go to Alan to continue the reading.
It's on
108b.
Right, B2, right?
Yes.
Yeah. The Gemara notes that there is an alternative version, right, of the previous
Right.
discussion. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. Rav Kahana, Maze Nay, Chovei. Rav Kahana taught the above discussion, thus in the manner just presented. Rav Tav Yomei Masnei, Rav Tav Yomei, however, taught the above discussion as follows. Bo'ei Rav inquired, Nasba Ker Mahu, if the custodian swore falsely, what is the law? The Gemara offers no resolution and concludes, Teku, let it stand unresolved.
Okay, so here we have a very long Rashi. Or 1 second, maybe. Oh, okay. Rashi has a different gear, so it's taking a lot of his words over here. But the first Rashi, before you get to the Eastagoras, it looks like it's just 3 lines. Nishbala Sheker Mahu.
Mishmar said he swore for.
I'll do the short one, and you can do the long one.
Oh, gee, thanks. Go ahead.
Nishba the Sheker Mahu. He swore falsely. What's the law? Me, Amrinan, Hachi. I'm sorry. Akati, Ale, Rami, Tekevan, de Lishkar, Nishba Sofo Le Hos Cheret Lishalem. Am I reading the long one? Hilchach Tivi Aso Chavia. Oh,
Tavia.
Yeah.
so let's see who says.
Me, I'm reading. Do we say?
Oh, do we say?
Yeah, the me is turns it into a question.
Right. Akati now.
Still.
It is incumbent upon him. What is Rame? That he
Incumbent upon. Aleha is on Akati Aleha Ramya.
that still it is incumbent upon him that since the least car, I don't know.
The Kevin de la Sheker Nishba.
De la Sheker, that he swore falsely. Sofo, in the end, he's cheret, I don't know.
He'll have charata. He'll have regret.
He'll have regret, and he'll pay.
Yeah.
Therefore, his obligation is an obligation, or not, or maybe not.
Therefore, his tefillah will still have the status of a valid tefillah.
What's tefillah?
His claim that he claims from the Ganav when he finds him will have a validity of a claim, as if the Bailim had made the claim.
Because he paid.
Because he paid, and then we would use what Rashi said in the previous Rashi, that if so, that the Bailim will be satisfied with him at the end of the day, and we'll want him to continue to act as a shomer over this item, and that will therefore mean that he's going to have to go after the Ganav and apprehend him and confront him and try to recover the stolen item from him. And so that means that when he does make a tefillah against the shomer, when the shomer makes a tefillah against the Ganav, that will be a tefillah that will be supported by the Bailim. And therefore, if he's moda to him that he's the Ganav, he'll be patur on the kefil. That's the first side. Then Rashi says, "Olo," or maybe we say not like this, and that doesn't need any explanation. We understand why we wouldn't say like this. We're not going to be so. We're not going to. The Bailim is not going to be so charitable with this guy. He bothered me to come to Bezdin, to take him to Bezdin and make a shvua, and he made a false shvua. He's a bum. And so he's not going to want him to be involved in the case anymore, even if he does at the end of the day pay up and have regret for the fact that he did what he did. So that's the Rashi. That's the Rashi that we have based upon the Girsa that we have in our Gemora. Nishbala Sheker Mahu. Now Rashi's going to bring a different girsa that the Reb Tabyume learned was the question that Rava was posing.
The Easter Gersa. That
Yeah.
if you would make
Easter
this
Goris.
Easter Gores, but if you would make this version, im be'emet nishba, if he truthfully swore, the lo pesha, that he did, that there was no evil intent in it, lo nifater haganaf, the ganaf would not be the cave in sin emet nishba, because he swore if shale apatele, that would make him putter the shomer. It would make the shomer putter. The two, and furthermore, lo ramaya, it would not come out from it oleah. The mitave, but again, that he would make it, that there would be a claim on the thief. The im, that's if it's truthful. The im l'sheka nishba, but if it was false, he swore falsely, kagon de pesha, that he thought it was without evil intent, the God would be pater, bahoda shoma, and the thief would be pater because of the admission of the shomer. The akati,
And he made to the shomer.
Made to the shomer. The akati aleha ramya, but still it's on him. L'shlume, that he has to pay for Rishon first Shemati or Ikahu, that this is the main part. The Hacha here, Eicha Akasha, there is to make a question on it. In pain, so by Rabbah. Why did Rabbah ask? That Amad Lishava, that he was standing there waiting Lishba to swear Mamash. The Estalekle, but if he removed himself from that, the Beit Din from the Beis Din, he removed himself from the Beis Din. The two lo Ramya, and furthermore, it's not on him, Aleha, lo Shvua, not an oath, velo paro, and not a debt, ad shivo edi, until he brings witnesses, shipasha, that he was negligent in this. Amran, we say the nipateh hagar, that the ganav should be pata. The akati still ala shomer, it's on the shomer, Ramya himself, lemit tevei, to make a claim. Kol shekain, all the more so, Eicha de lo nishpa, here that he didn't swear on it, Ramya, l'shlumi, that he was going to pay.
Rabbi, you're muted.
Okay. So Rashi basically, the wrap up is like this. Rashi says, Istigaris, there are those who have the following girsa, they have the following text in the Gemora. In be'emes nishba, if he swore truthfully, the lo pasha, that he was not, that he, the shomer, was not culpable or negligent or responsible for the thievery. Lo nifter aganav. Then the ganav will not be exempt when he makes a hodah to this shomer from the kefil. Why? Because kevin the be'emes nishba, since the shomer swore truthfully, after le shomer basulo rami ale le mitabi le ganav. Once the shomer has been determined to have made a proper shua be'emes, so then he's now released of his responsibility in this story over here, and he's no longer got the status of a shomer over here. So he doesn't have any responsibility in regard to making a tviyah against the ganav, and so therefore the ganav will not be putter from the kefir when he makes if he would make a hodah to the ganav, to the shomer. Okay, so far that's what we got. Yasher koyach, everybody.
Thank you, Rabbi.
All the best.
Be well.
Amen. You
Have a
too,
safe
Phil.
trip, Phil.
What?
Have a safe trip.
Yeah, but I'm still going to be. What day today is? Monday. I'll still be here till Wednesday. And so I only leave the day right after Shavuos. I leave.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So that's Sunday. I leave. Plain Sunday morning. Or Sunday afternoon. I have to be in the airport Sunday morning.
Sunday
Okay.
morning. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All the
well,
best.
Okay.
Everybody have a great day.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Ivan.